Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Just tell me when. Just tell me when I'm ready to go.
Go.
You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready for this?
You're repeating yourself.
I'm not repeating myself.
Yes, you are.
This is how
CNC
you,
Music Factory.
This is how you build up anticipation.
You know how often you promote CNC Music Factory when you say, "Are you ready for this?"
Is that what it does?
Have you ever heard that song?
I didn't know that.
It's a song.
What's it say?
Are you ready for this?
That's a song that come on every
Gonna make you sweat till you bleed.
basketball game.
Huh?
This was the song that they played at the beginning of every basketball game in the 90s.
It was awesome. Back
This is
in
Board
the
Game Snobs podcast.
It is.
Welcome.
I'm your primary host, Gabi.
This is Jerry.
Welcome, Enrique.
This is not true.
Hi, I'm Random.
It is true that I am Jerry.
Enrique.
That Gabi is not the
You
primary
did not
host.
get it correct.
That is,
Wait,
that's
what-
okay.
We're here today to talk about several different things.
Talk about maps.
What types of
We're gonna
maps?
overcut each other.
Yes, we're talking about maps because maps are important. Remember back in the day when you had to go on a road trip and you had to look at a map
Yes.
before Magellan? Not
Maybe.
the person, but the... did you have the little GPS thing that you stuck on the windshield?
Yes.
That told you?
Yes. I had TomTom, though.
Okay, so we had those.
No, wait. I didn't have Magellan.
You had Magellan?
Yes.
Question. Did you use the American voice or did you switch it?
The American.
You didn't switch it?
Whatever was standard. I don't
No,
know.
you didn't switch voices.
No, I didn't switch voices.
You didn't
Actually, I didn't use the voice.
You didn't use
I didn't use the
Elizabeth?
voice. I just look at it.
I use Elizabeth.
Looked at it and said, oh,
She was
okay,
the
I need to
British
turn
gal.
left.
And when you select the
I wasn't worried about it.
alternative
I don't like them hollering at me.
language, they change and use terms that are common to their language. That's why Elizabeth, the English-speaking gal, and I say English, not in
Gal. You're
our
so
English,
country.
but as in British English, the old English. She would say, get on the fairway or get on the bypass and various other things. Terms such as this.
Fascinating. That's
It
super
was
cool.
fascinating. Why?
Super cool you brought that up.
It was cool.
Thanks.
Why are you hating on me?
No,
Do you have something interesting?
I know. You're
That's
the one
not
going.
off the
so
website?
go. Who
You're
was
the
Magellan?
primary host. You're the primary host. You go ahead and talk about something. Talk about something. I'm going to sit over here. I'll sit over here. No, it's fine.
Don't get upset. Arms crossed.
No.
All upset.
No.
Pouting like
You
a baby.
talk. You
do you
talk.
ever see me do that?
You just
Do you
talk.
ever see me do that?
Yes, all the
When
time.
you start just going
You over here,
on
Judge
and
Stickling.
on and
I'm the primary host of this podcast. I do all the editing.
That's you. Ferdinand Magellan. Do you even know who that is?
I know who Ferdinand is.
Who was he?
He was a traveler. He went and explored. He went all over the Asias.
The Asians.
Yes, he circumvented the globe.
Where was he from?
Italy.
But you didn't know that, did you?
Italy.
Portuguese.
Close.
Born into a family of minor Portuguese nobility. 1480.
Oh, okay. So he was before
Now wait
Columbus.
a minute. Did you just now look at?
You're looking at Wikipedia.
I'm looking at Wikipedia.
So
What else
wait,
do you need in life?
So wait. You just
Don't
asked
you
it-
wait.
No.
Don't make me cut your mic.
You just now asked Jerry
And
if he
cutting
knew
the mic
this,
in one
Yes,
and
Three,
like a couple of seconds
two.
ago, you also didn't know that.
and one.
I'm reading it.
Yeah, which is weird because you asked him an obvious question that he didn't know.
I just
And you
answered
know-
my question. I didn't say, "Hey Jerry, I know the answer to this. Do you know it? And if you don't, you're dumb." I didn't say that.
Hey
You-
guys,
you-
guys, calm down.
I just
We're all
asked him a
friends here.
question.
We just want to have
Hey,
fun.
forget you. Forget you.
All right, here's a question for you.
Magellan,
The Americas
What
were
about
named
them?
after whom?
Vespucci, Amerigo.
Good job, it's Amerigo Vespucci.
Okay, whatever. I always do last name first because
Yeah.
I'm with the Social Security company.
Correct. So, could you imagine somebody
how I
else
operate.
discovering the Americas and they're like, what should we call this place? And this other guy just somewhere else goes, hey, let's name this place after me.
They just named it after him, his last name,
Amerigo?
after his first name. Okay, so then it'd be like your name being
Jericho.
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 Be Jericho. Welcome to Jericho.
Yeah, there you go. Works.
No. There was a Jericho
It was.
in old
That was
Bible
a
times.
great TV show.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never watched that.
With discount.
No, he's not a discount.
He was a.
No, don't you say discount Johnny Depp.
He was a discount Johnny Depp. He was a discount Johnny Depp.
No,
Can't think
he's
of his
in
name.
he's in Riverdale. You know where Johnny Depp's at now?
I don't know where Riverdale's at. I don't know where Johnny Depp's at either. He was in the Chocolate Factory years back, and that's when he lost his mind.
He's acting like crazy these days.
Well, he's cashing those checks from all those pirate movies he made.
What was that guy's name?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
No, he's creepy.
No, he was
He's
good.
creepy.
He was in Scream.
Creepy.
He's now in Riverdale.
He's creepy.
No, he is a
creepy.
good actor.
I can pick out a creep from a mile away.
Okay, what do you see when you see in the mirror?
Why are you trying? Why are you hating on
Why
me?
am I what?
Look, first off, I'd like to apologize to all of our listeners.
Oh, don't you apologize on our
Because
behalf?
if you're just now listening, you've probably realized that Gombe is very harsh, very demanding, and at times overly critical.
How dare you? Skeet Ulrich. Skeet. That's Skeet Ulrich.
I, as a podcaster,
All right, I'm going to turn off your mic now.
I'm all about making sure everybody feels good about themselves, and here you
That's
are
good.
throwing hate my way,
Didn't you like?
insulting me.
Wasn't it?
Cut his mic.
The
please.
last podcast.
He's babbling. He's babbling. Just
World War III.
look.
All right, cartographers, let's discuss it. Go.
We're not going to banter.
I thought we just did.
I always
No.
enjoy our banter.
Do you?
Yes.
All right, well, let's banter.
it's
Skeet
not-
Ulrich, what else has he been in? His best movie, Scream, obviously.
I have never watched Scream. I don't
You
watch
have
scary
never
movies.
watched
I don't
Scream?
watch scary movies. I think they're cheap.
It is, but it was a trendsetter. Like, it kind of like...
I don't watch
It
scary
was very
movies.
meta, and that's why people liked it, because it was like, it knew what it was, much like the Fast and Furious movies. It knows what it is. It's silly fun, and you enjoy the ride.
The last scary movie I watched
You like scary movies?
was
Quiet Place.
It wasn't really scary.
Wait.
It wasn't scary.
Enrique, please
No.
don't make me cut your mic again.
No, it
You're
wasn't
in a
scary.
quiet place right now, Enrique.
It
Your
wasn't
mic has
scary,
been cut.
and you know it wasn't scary. It was suspenseful.
He's over there talking. The last scary movie I watched, I can't remember.
Suspenseful can equal scary if it's along.
It was
Enrique.
Contagion. I'm a germaphobe. I don't like bugs everywhere.
Is that? I don't guess I know
Fomites.
Contagion.
With Matt Damon.
Is that the one where they're like, we're looking for patient zero? It was like said 1,000 times, patient zero,
Yes.
patient zero.
They hardly ever found
Does it have
her.
Sandy Newton in it?
It had Gwyneth Paltrow,
Oh, okay, yes.
And her head.
Yes.
they cut open to find out that she had the bat monkey virus.
Okay, I think I've only seen that once. I saw it when it was called An Outbreak,
Sometimes they redo movies.
starring the monkey from Friends.
Yes, from Friends.
Friends. Yes.
There's a monkey from Friends.
Are you kidding me?
I haven't watched Friends hardly because I was into quality television at the time.
Oh my god.
Not this cheap
You're such a... You just...
whatever.
You think everything you do is so superior.
No, I'm all about inclusiveness now.
Well,
I'm
then
all
why
about-
don't you like Friends?
Well, I love Friends.
You know, Friends is like, between it and Seinfeld, they are the most sought after shows.
Mm-hmm.
HBO just paid, I want to say 500 million, if not more, to have Friends
How do you...
on HBO Max.
You know what?
I think it
Everybody
was
knows, as I know, true friends cost you nothing. All it takes
I
to...
always heard you can pick your friends,
No.
you can pick your nose. But if you pick a friend that'll pick your nose, you picked a true friend.
No. If you have... I don't even know how to come back from that.
Yeah, because that's fact.
If you want a friend...
Would you pick my nose if I needed to be picked?
You've got to be a friend. That's what my grandma always said.
As
she
TLC once
drank
said,
a
you
lot.
got to have friends.
Who was TLC?
Left Eye Lopez
Oh, yeah. Don't go chasing waterfalls that time.
or Jason
Or any other type of weird geographical structures.
or water. There are brain-eating amoebas in the water.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you mentioned this the other day, and I didn't correct you.
I don't want to go swimming in lakes.
This is because
or
I went
ponds.
kayaking the other day.
You went kayaking,
And I got a
I've seen
sunburn.
on the news where several people this summer have died of infectious brain-eating amoebas.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Can I bring something up for you?
Okay.
Right fast. Okay. Since I believe, and like I said on our last podcast, sometimes my facts are a little off, but when it comes to medical stuff, I'm spot on.
Okay.
I believe since 2009, according to the CDC, get ready for this, 150 people have died of amoebas.
Really? That's a lot. That's too many. That's
Okay.
150 too many.
Okay, so 150 people have died from amoebas, say 10 years. 50,000 people die on the road every day. So chances are you're going to die driving your truck than you are going to die from a flesh brain eating amoeba.
But that is like a terrible way to die.
No, it's not. You have a fever, you go to sleep, right? Come on.
I don't know.
It's encephalopathy. Your brain swells. I'm not discounting it as being a terrible way to die, of course. But I'm just saying is that you are just making up. Your fear is not well founded.
What fears are well founded?
Many fears
That's why
are
they're
well
fears.
founded. No.
I have a fear of heights.
That's no.
Well founded.
No, there's a difference between a fear and a phobia. A phobia is something of something that's not necessarily
Something of something.
Yes, it's a fear of something that's not
Well said.
necessarily. Thank you, sir. Well said. Something that you fear that's not necessarily legit. Like you have a fear of spiders. How many people get killed
Ooh,
by
I
spiders?
hate spiders.
But you don't
I will take a
fear
spider over a snake. I have spider phobia.
Okay, whatever.
Arachnophobia. That's what it's called.
Arachnophobia.
Yes.
Spiderphobia. Why can't they
Starring
just call
John
it?
Goodman. Why don't they remake that movie? Now that's a good movie to remake.
No.
It wasn't a super mega hit. It wasn't like a cult it was a cult classic, but it would still be good to remake today.
No, it's just spiders.
Yes.
It's just spiders.
It would be more creepy. The effects would be more
Everybody
realistic.
thinks now that they get bit by spiders, they have powers.
You don't
Thanks, Spider-Man.
know. You don't know what you're going to end up
I'm
with.
just saying is that a lot of the fears that we have today are unfounded and statistically not that likely. Just like getting bitten by a shark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
well,
just not going to happen.
But you know what? When you say that and it happens to you,
No, it doesn't happen to me. I'm not by the ocean. I'm like 10 hours from the ocean. I'll be all right.
what do you think now?
Like a Sharknado, maybe.
What do you think when a Sharknado comes up in here?
I'm just
and-
saying, a lot of your fears. You
Hammerhead
need to go,
comes at
need
you.
to go swimming. You're not going to get an amoeba.
I don't know that.
Just keep your,
I'm not going. These waters are all tepid
keep
around here.
your nose closed.
It's been 100 degrees
That's how
in Texas for 3 months now.
That's how they do. They get up into your nose.
I know. They said it goes through your nose.
Goes to the mucous
I'm
membrane,
not
gets on
gonna
your
do it.
olfactory
I'm not
nerve,
gonna
and
do
goes
it.
straight up across your
Not gonna do
blood-brain
it.
membrane. And next thing you know, it's eating on your
That terrifies
pons.
me.
No, you're all right. Don't worry about it.
You don't.
Some of your greatest ideas might come from a flesh-eating amoeba. You might have a parasite already.
I wish I had a tapeworm. I'd be skinny.
Yeah, you've been losing a lot of weight. I'm proud of you.
Have I?
You have.
Thanks.
This keto thing's been going great.
Well, it's mostly tequila.
And salad. You should write a book. The tequila and salad. If you don't like salad, just drink some tequila. You'll
Jerry
be all
brought
right.
some tequila over.
It's cheap tequila, but it's good tequila.
I've been drinking it. It's pretty good. It's no Irish whiskey, but it's pretty good.
No, it's not. But hey, beggars can be choosy. Cartographers is a
Hard merge.
interesting game.
Lakes are on maps. Speaking of maps,
Makes me think of cartographers. Makes me think of roll and rights. I don't like roll and write.
me neither.
I think it is a fad that's been going around here in the board
Well,
game
lots of
industry
people love it. I
the
don't
past year.
I find them all okay.
Yeah.
And I find that most of them go on too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be a quick review.
I'm hitting all the spots.
So far we have played Imperial Settlers Roll and Write, Cartographer,
Welcome to.
what was the other one that we played?
I've got Castles of
Castles
Burgundy.
of Burgundy. There was another one. What's not coming to mind? It seems like there was another one that was a roll and write. It was very boring. I don't know. There's just been so many of them. In Cartographers is a role player game that, if you're familiar with Role Player, the people who made this, they've brought out several games that are in the Role Player universe. In Cartographers, you're just that. You are a cartographer. You have your own little sheet of paper. You're going out.
Cartographer is a person that makes maps.
You're making a map. You have certain in-game scoring or round scoring cards that are out that are different, adds a lot of variety in the game, we won't get into that in terms of what you score, but basically it's similar to, score your biggest section of these homes or villages, or score points if you have this type of terrain charted by these mountains. On your little map, when a player flips over a card, you have several options to draw these shapes and pick what's terrain. You draw those shapes and those terrains onto your little map. All the players do this. The one thing that this game changes up is that in multiple player games, you can swap maps when you get ambushed, which are the little creatures that come out and attack you, and you draw on your other players' maps. You draw these little bad spots. You kind of mess them around. It has some player interaction, so to speak. That's what is different about Cartographers in comparison.
Built-in player interaction.
It's built in, yes, but at the same time, it serves its purpose. At the end of the game, after 4 rounds, you add up your score of spring,
summer,
winter, fall. I can't even remember the summers.
The 4 seasons.
The 4 seasons.
My girl.
Does it?
My girl.
Now,
no, it's not the 4 seasons.
in December,
it's the Temptations.
It's not.
Isn't the 4 Seasons a band? Or is it just a hotel?
No, the 4 Seasons. That's Ricky Valens.
Oh. Richie Valens?
Yeah, it's Richie Valens. It was 4 Seasons.
La Bamba, Richie Valens?
Oh, I'm sorry. You got me thinking of, oh, no. Sorry about that. This is why you shouldn't listen to me. That's La Bamba.
I really don't.
I'm talking about the guy that is, the guy that sang Sherry. Sherry. Had a high-pitched voice.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli. Jersey Girls. I get those mixed up every time. Jersey Girls.
In 1960.
Jersey Boys. Jersey Boys is like my favorite
The band known
Broadway.
as the Four Lovers evolved into the 4 Seasons with Frankie Valli.
There you go. Why are we talking about
what
that?
What did they sing? Because we were talking about the 4 Seasons.
In Australia, it's warm in December. Let that wrap that around your brain.
It's on the other side of the world.
I know, but their seasons are different. It's not winter there. In December.
Big girls, they don't cry.
Why did you just
That's the 4
randomly
Seasons.
That is the 4
That's the
Seasons.
4 Seasons,
Because we're talking
which is also
about things
in
you don't know.
Cartographers.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
So after 4 seasons or 4 rounds, the game is over and you total up your score. Cartographers was an interesting game. I think personally, I like Welcome to a little bit better. I think Welcome to has a push your luck aspect to it that I enjoy. Of putting out your homes in a certain order. You kind of pushing your luck as to the numbers on them, like having them in a subsequent row.
I liked Cartographers quite a bit as far as a roll and write. I liked the polyomino thing, basically the Tetris thing, making these things all fit together. And then you get points based on the scoring cards that are out there. There's scoring cards for each season. You're going to score, and they vary quite a bit. So, and they say they're going to have 2 scoring factors on them for each season, A and B, C and D, B and C, A and D, whatever. You're going to score 2 different things each season, plus this other factor that is out there, another scoring factor. So you got several different ways to score. You can go by them. You can prepare ahead, which is what I did. Y'all were doing y'all's connect your mountains range to a mountain range and A, and I was looking ahead, and I said, I want to do this. I'm going to go water around all the mountains. And I ended up winning. I didn't expect to win, but I won. But it's a good game. It went on too long for what it is. It's a roll and write. It's good, but it's not that good. It's just, to me, it falls along. Even the Imperial Settlers, roll and write, I liked it a little bit. It was
terrible.
Interesting. You didn't say it was terrible when we played it.
No.
You've forgotten it. No. When we played it, you're like, it's okay.
It's okay, but it's not great.
No, it's not. I like Cartographers better than that. But much like Imperial Settlers, roll and write, it went on too long. All these roll and writes go on too long. The only one that is apropos to its game is Welcome to.
Apropos. I like Welcome to probably the best out of all of them.
I think so.
I believe that if I was going to recommend one, of course, I'd recommend Welcome to, but I can't wait till the industry gets past roll and rides. This is such a money grab thing.
You don't know.
Yes, it is.
It might go on forever.
No. I can't wait because it'll happen. One of these days we'll look back and Roll and Rights will be the Roll and Moves of the 90s. Roll and Rights are to me a cop-out in terms of not only what board games are supposed to be, but the experience of board gaming. And here's why. Why is it that we've lumped board games in with so many things? Like miniature wargaming and various other games that are just associated with board gaming, like living card games, like Magic the Gathering and these other things of this nature, all get lumped into board gaming. I don't think that Roll and Rights are board games. I know that's brave and bold to say, but I don't feel like that there's something that is particularly... When I play a Roll and Write, it does not feel the same as when I am playing an actual game that has components on the board that doesn't require me writing on them. They are a different feel. They feel more like almost...
They're very mathy.
A lot of them are, because, I mean, it's like you're basically playing an Excel spreadsheet. You're playing something that you're writing on. You're playing something there's just something about Roll and Rights that take me out of the moment of playing like a board game.
Like I can play abstract games, but still like appreciate the theme. But there is zero theme to any Roll and Write I've played. Not theme, but yeah, I guess thematic elements.
I think Cartographers is probably the most themed.
I mean, you're drawing
because
a map,
you're drawing a map. I mean, it's like somebody took the most basic, and I will say, Cartographers, if you're into Roll and Rights, if you've enjoyed Roll and Rights, by all means, you need to run out and get Cartographers. If you haven't already, get welcome to. But for those that really like just board games, that I think that's more of the tune we like.
Yeah.
I'm done buying Roll and Rights.
I'm not going to buy anymore.
I'm done with them. I do not enjoy them. I have no want to play them again.
We have bought several, hoping that we enjoy. We enjoy them, okay, but like I would rather play something else.
Yeah. And I just don't think that you don't want to keep throwing your money down a hole of these designs, because basically you're just supporting the industry in making more of them. Like
I would rather play, if we're going to play something along these lines, along a genre specific thing, I would rather go to like an unlock game
or a filler game of some sort.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, unlock games can be, they're an hour, I guess.
You're playing something that's a little more abstract from actual. There's a board, there's resources. You're more common board games. I think it's interesting that as people play board games, you tend to find what your tastes are, even though at times you deny yourself that. Like you think you want to like a certain type of game. I remember when we first got together and we were playing board games all the time, we bought Dungeon Crawls.
Yes.
Level 7. And
Omega Protocol.
All these different things that we were all about playing. I remember the Alien versus Predators. We were just trying to find a
minis
that had minis, and you're moving, and we could not find one.
Didn't feel it. We just didn't feel it.
Until we finally realized
there's some people do.
There's nothing wrong with these games.
There's people that love Roll and Rights.
It's us. We don't like Roll and Rights.
We don't like Roll and Rights.
We don't like Dungeon Crawls. We don't like pick up and delivers.
We are very Euro oriented.
Or there's even some very specific Ameritrash games that we do enjoy that tend to be a little more. I do think
I like social deduction games.
I think we lean towards more of some of the meaner stuff too on the Ameritrash side. I do
what?
Think, like a lot of people don't like I know Godfather's kind of Euro, but it's kind of a mean for Euro. A lot of people don't enjoy the more expansive civilization games. For instance, we talked about Gentees on our last podcast. I don't think Gentees is a civilization game. Stay tuned for our review of Tapestry, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Don't spoil anything about Tapestry. Oh, which makes me think of, when I start thinking of Tapestry, makes me think of Scythe, which makes me think of many years ago. Do you realize we passed our anniversary and you didn't say anything? How dare you?
Whoa, bro.
Anniversary of what?
Of this podcast.
What?
September the 21st.
Go.
Was the first date that the Board Game Snobs was published. I was looking up our old info. So we've been doing this.
I sent you flowers. You didn't get them?
You did give me 2 years. We've been doing this
Send them to your
podcast
work.
for 2 years. This is like our 71st, 72nd, somewhere
This will be 71
one-ish, two, something like that. Podcast. We've been doing this for 2 years.
And look at us now.
Man, we're showered with adulation and money and praise and
Win all the
fame.
awards.
Literally hundreds of people
We
listen
can
to this
barely
podcast.
walk through our living room without people
I was in
like,
CVS the other day, and people were like, "Aren't you Jerry?"
"Aren't you, Jerry?
Yeah.
You're always wrong on nearly everything you say. All your facts are wrong.
Oh, my facts are wrong. We need that.
Look, there's Enrique. He's still not wearing sleeves.
Yes,
He's
no.
allergic. to
Kidneys.
sleeves.
And I'm wearing
His
shorts while it's
kidneys.
like
He's got
30
one
degrees
kidney.
below.
And I don't know what else.
Yo, yeah, you didn't want to acknowledge our anniversary.
Stopping.
You didn't. And
I acknowledge it. I sent you flowers.
You didn't
I
send
said that.
anything. You didn't even remember.
dozen roses.
You doesn't remember.
18 wheels and a dozen roses.
I don't know your country music. Cartographers is decent.
Moving on. Let's get off of cartographers.
Lorenzo.
I'm so over cartographers. Lorenzo
Wait,
You're not adding content when you just sing song what he's already
Says the
said.
man who sings all the time.
Enrique.
I'm not sing. I'm singing.
Now, wait
Sing
a
song.
minute.
Like, so when Jerry says,
Wait.
no.
I'm
wait.
all about inclusiveness. How dare you yell at Enrique?
When Jerry says Lorenzo and you just go Lorenzo,
He's echoing.
It's not adding anything.
He's adding some flair. Some
right,
je ne sais
whatever.
quoi to our podcast.
go.
People
Go with it.
love Enrique.
Yeah,
Go.
strangely enough, even though I
Hashtag
just like
Enrique.
never talk like 80%, actually no, 95%
guarantee
of the
you,
time.
if
You went from 80 to 95%.
I was
Yes.
miscalculating.
The 15%.
We're going to start a
He
Patreon for
calculated that
Enrique
in-
only. Just helping Enrique get another kidney.
So Lorenzo, House
I
of
have
Renaissance.
a kidney. It's just
Stop.
like stuck together.
Well, we need to get that
Wait,
kidney.
both of them?
Yes.
They form a horseshoe.
They merged.
How many times do we have?
They hard merged.
merged together in utero, and now he has a horseshoe shape.
They knew They knew you were going to be on a podcast that was like all into hard merging.
And they thought,
when did they get a load
He'll
of me?
need higher functioning renal.
We're going to filter at a higher rate. We are the kidneys of the podcast.
God kidneys.
What do kidneys do? They filter, right?
Yes, they do.
That's it?
No, a lot of them have issues with your blood pressure. They control a lot of your blood pressure.
Really?
Yes.
My
And
kidneys must be good because, like, I have good blood pressure
I'd have
despite my
terrible
size
blood pressure
and orientation.
And also, your lungs have a little bit to do with your blood pressure as well.
What else has to do with heart?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
I would hope so. Like,
The amount of
just a little
blood
bit.
in my
Yes, the
veins?
amount of blood in your veins and how hard.
What affects blood pressure?
Your baroreceptors and your kidneys and
Wait.
your salt.
The first thing you said.
The receptors, baroreceptors, your heart.
Spell that. Barrow. What?
B-A-R-O, barrow.
Barrow.
Receptors.
Baroreceptors. Huh.
Google that to make sure.
Barrow.
I'll let you
Receptors.
look that up.
You
I
can
don't
look
even
that up.
think
You
I
can Google
spell
that later.
without like just asking like 50 times.
So your
that's why
baroreceptors.
you don't
Where
take-
are they at? Where are your baroreceptors?
And your barrows. Your
The barrows of my soul.
Yes, the barrows of your
Yeah.
soul.
Do you not know?
I think
You're the
they're in
doctor
your
of this
kidneys.
group.
I think that. Well, first off,
Oh
I'm
my
very
God!
tired.
If you don't know
don't
where the
know.
barrows are,
I am.
Yeah. Why are you
they're
tired,
like
Jerry?
the barrowers. They're like deep.
They're down deep?
They're down deep. Trust me.
Okay.
Deep next to your kidneys.
so my kidneys. What else?
You need your lungs. Your lungs.
They include blood pressure.
Yes, that's where your
How? Why?
Because your body converts angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2 in your lungs, and that's why if you take an ACE inhibitor, an angiotensin blocker works in your
An
lungs.
ACE inhibitor.
Yes.
I've seen that
Science.
Yes, it makes you
before.
cough.
Before. I need to go to underwater cities, build a laboratory, and make some science so I can understand this.
Yes, that's how that works. I believe.
Let us make some science.
And if you're getting your health,
I'm giddy
tips
right now.
From
I'm
Board
giddy with
Games
knowledge.
Snobs, you are giddy with knowledge. El Magnifico.
ill. Wrong.
No, I'll
El Magnifico.
El-
The
Is it Spanish?
El
He's down with the
Magnifico.
sickness. Magnifico.
It's ill. Magnifico.
The magnificent illness that is Lorenzo. We
Lorenzo.
love Lorenzo.
Nice merch.
We recently bought its expansion. So this is a thing I want to talk about expansions.
Houses of Renaissance.
Houses of Renaissance.
House of Renaissance.
You've probably, if you've listened to this podcast before, heard us talk about Lorenzo El Magnifico and how much we love it as a Euro game. Worker placement.
Come on, games.
It's by some of our favorite designers.
Virginia.
So we heard so much about this expansion and people crowing about it. I really am not that impressed with this expansion.
Was not.
It's okay.
It only added another tower?
You know what?
Play with
it didn't affect me enough to care about it. You can bid on starting resources.
I could care less about that, to be honest.
You could get, when you bid on those resources, it would give you a variable player power.
Which you know how we feel about that.
Jerry, all his did was extend his to the House of Blues.
Yeah,
the House of Blue cards. When I bought a blue card, I got a bonus, and
you could have went up to 8 instead of 6.
That is a neat little thing, but at the same time, it's just not.
Mine was mine was beneficial, I guess more than yours perhaps, because every time I bought a green card, I could it ran my greens automatically.
Yes. Ran your greens.
It ran my greens, and I had wood out the wazoo.
And then
you did have woods everywhere.
And then I had like one that I could convert military to cash or coin.
I thought that part was. I mean, it benefited me. My personal player power benefited me. And I don't know whether it helped me win the game or not, but I had plenty of resources for most of the game. The only thing I didn't have enough of was money, but like that's not part of my resource. So
when Lorenzo, which still feels like we've talked about Lorenzo so much,
we've talked about
I don't want to beat him to the ground. But the thing that I want to focus on is this thing about expansions in the base game. And I've often said that a good game does not require expansions. I'm looking at you, Terraforming Mars.
Yes.
There are some games that have issues with them that the expansion will come out and fix.
Right.
For instance,
Eclipse.
Star Wars Rebellion, Eclipse. Both of them had some issues.
I have yet to play Rebellion.
You've played Rebellion. You just haven't played with the expansion. The expansion fixes the combat cards. It greatly makes it much more fluid. They recognize what was wrong with the game. They streamlined it. Perfect. But the overall game itself feels the same. Lorenzo doesn't add enough.
No.
Like this is one of those, I was really expecting something different and something that added.
The game felt the same.
It felt the same.
Which is a good thing to me. We love Lorenzo. But at the same time, it's a bad thing. It's like we bought this expansion hoping it would maybe add a little bit of, it added another tower we could buy from. Jerry, I don't know that you ever bought from that tower.
I know.
I bought from it at least twice I know of. I don't know.
I thought you bought it multiple times.
I did. Maybe 3 times. What is multiple? Is twice multiple?
I don't know.
I bought from at least 2 I know of. But it gave us another tower to buy from. The variable player powers, the starting resources. Other than that, the game felt the same.
It was very samey. And I just hate it when a game...
I found it unnecessary.
I hate it when a game brings up a expansion that really feels like it's almost like a money grab. Like it doesn't really add much to the game. This whole thing of, you can play with 5 players now, or, you can add, something else tacked onto the game.
Like Orleans has an expansion, literally, I think, just adds another player.
You've got every expansion for Orleans, and you know how I hate Orleans, and you don't love Orleans.
Hate it. You started out loving that game.
I did. I can change my mind.
Why?
Because I am a person, and people change their minds,
Orleans
and I change.
Is a quality game that I want to play with all the stuff I've bought for it.
Here's another thing.
I've bought all the stuff for it.
You can feel my blood pressure rising.
I need to like this
Here's
game
why.
Because I've bought a buttload of stuff for it.
Yes, this is why. Gobby likes Orleans because he keeps buying expansions for it and never playing the game.
The money.
He keeps spending and upgrading it and buying
board
it.
Game Geek chits.
New Orleans is Gobby's Terraforming Mars.
He's fine. It's a good game.
No, you did not.
It's
you did
good
back
game.
and that's not a good game.
It's a good game, and now it has quality components because I've bought them all. And I feel compelled to play it.
Well, I can't help it. You keep buying stuff for a base game that wasn't
I'm going to buy the solo version.
You keep that.
So that I can
that's
play
the
it
only
all by
time you're going to
myself.
get to play it.
No, it's going to be good. I'm going to play it with other people, and they're going to like it.
You go ahead.
I'm going to play with
go
him.
ahead.
Mike.
Go ahead.
and his wife, and we'll exclude you and Enrique.
I don't care.
Has Enrique ever played it?
He doesn't remember.
He don't remember. He didn't remember playing Lorenzo.
And actually, we have played.
You know
the
where you're
DLC
at right
for
now?
Scythe, though. That's the
The
thing.
DLC.
The DLC. That's a
The
game.
downloadable
sorry.
That's a gamer for you right
I'm
there.
sorry.
That's a gum. This
The
is-
expansion.
He's been
Why
playing
do I bring
Badlands
you
all day.
along?
Be quiet.
Wildlands. What's the name of the game?
He's been
Borderlands 3.
Don't
You've been
make-
playing it?
Yes.
You like it?
Let me take my
What do you
puzzle
like
off.
about it? Tell me what you like about this game.
Okay.
It's all the rage now. Go.
All
This
right.
is your spot. Go.
Yes. Borderlands 3.
What's good about Borderlands 3, Enrique?
All right. So first of all, it's the voice actors. Voice actor.
Oh, God. This is a mistake.
It's just-
Yes,
it's
you already
not-
made a
just
mistake.
cut it.
It's a big mistake.
No.
It's not.
No. You have a
you already
chance.
made a mistake.
This is Enrique's
Why?
corner.
Literally, you put me in a spot of where I literally can't just speak about something.
Rolling rights need to go away, as do excessive expansions.
Thank you for getting
Yes.
back on track.
Just getting that out there right now. Stop.
Rolling right now.
Stop rolling right now. Stop this rolling.
Stop rolling.
Stop making rolling rights.
You hear me
Stop making
rolling.
these filler expansions for games, and just let people who have good ideas kind of flesh them out, and let's have some new games come out. That
New
have some-
games like what?
there is one game that I don't want to talk about right now.
Why not?
Because we don't have time to talk about it, but I
Why
want to
not?
talk about it another
In
time.
the future? What?
Rurik.
Rurik.
All right, everybody, this is tiresome. This is
It
very
is.
tiresome.
We are tired.
And
I'm
I am
tired.
Why are you tired?
I don't know.
Send us an email, boardgamesnobs@gmail.com. This is Jerry, the primary host. We thank you for coming.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.
I will end this podcast
You
when I
end
want
this
to.
podcast when you want. I got to get out of here.
Where are you going?
I've got things to do.
Your wife doesn't know where you're at.
No, she doesn't.
You've been lying to her all day. How does that make you feel?
She thinks I'm at Walmart. Little does she know.
But he's not.
Does that make you feel bad? No?
You know I
Why
don't have
should-
feelings.